why do you advise to continue this work and request, let me finish, to go to court when there is a ruling?
See, for each and everything,
please
there is an obstruction. How the progress, how the work can be
This is
done,
not an obstruction,
how
we're
the
having a
mother's
conversation.
vision will be fulfilled. How will you do it?
Have you
For
spoken to
each
them?
and everything
Can
you are
you
doing
hear me?
such things. How will-
Together, not by saying
We
I
are-
am deciding and you
we
don't
come and
decide.
you
That
join
is-
with
that
us.
is how it's
You are
happening.
welcome, most welcome. You join with us. Come and do it. We are not avoiding
There's
you.
no us and them. So
Then-
the foundation, the Auroville Foundation is three bodies. It is the Auroville Foundation, which is the residents. There's the governing board and there's the International Advisory Council.
Yes, yes.
These three bodies are the Auroville Foundation.
is
We
why the
are the
act was made.
residents.
Yes,
So we are one part of the Auroville Foundation.
very
The
correct.
governing board is another part of the foundation. The International Advisory Council is another.
Yes.
The Foundation Act specifies that we have to work together in mutuality.
Yes.
So we all have to agree on what needs to be done.
Yes,
It
that-
is not for one of the three parties to go ahead and
that's
do
what is
something.
happening. That's what you are
Excuse me, sir,
demanding.
I'm not finished.
tell me.
It is not for one of the three parties to take action without consultation and agreement of any of the other two parties. The residents of Auroville, as the Residents' Assembly, have voted twice now that no further work will be done until we have agreed on what needs to be done. And that means all three parties
already-
of the Foundation
Have you finished-
Act
have you finished it?
have to agree.
Yes.
Do you understand this? So then how can you say that you are the foundation and
already
we have
say
to
we are
join
also
you?
aware of the rules and law.
But you are not
No,
following
we-
the
no.
you are not following the Auroville Foundation
If you feel
Act.
that, we are
It's not a
not
matter
following,
of
we are
what I
violating
feel,
it.
sir. It is not
That's
a
what I
matter
am
of
telling.
what I
That's
feel.
what I am telling
It is
you.
a
Go
matter
and-
of what the
go and-
Foundation
Go and
Act
agitate
says.
before. Go and agitate before court of law.
We're not-
That's what I am telling you.
Sir, it's
You
already
should not
there.
agitate here.
Excuse me, sir.
Of course.
Tell me.
Otherwise, there'll be nothing left if we don't do it.
Yeah, if we let
See,
That is the reason we are here.
We are here to safeguard the Auroville ambition. That's our.
What do you think I am doing?
No,
here?
no. Then why for each and everything you are making obstruction and?
We're not obstructing.
no,
We're having a
actually,
conversation right now.
No,
Sir.
I am 4 months.
Can you ask
I am
my
four.
question?
Yes, tell me. Tell me.
Why do you push for this? There are many important works. The roads are a mess.
See,
For example, why
Very
are you
simple
pushing
thing.
for
What
this
for
right
they are doing? To lay cables. What for is purpose?
Oh, you
This
do?
is a second.
now? Laying cables or cyclepaths?
Huh? Cycle path.
Please, sir.
There's a cycle path
whether
there,
you
there's
don't
a
want-
cycle
you don't
path
want
there.
the-
You've decided to make one here now.
We need cyclepaths, yes.
With nobody, with,
Excuse me,
why-
sir.
This is as per master
But
plan.
according,
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with the master
There's
plan.
nothing to do
The
with
master
It's not
plan-
within the master
How you
plan.
say that?
excuse me, sir.
Because we know the master
You
plan.
said it yourself. We are
The master plan-
dedicating our life to making this project
master plan was
happen.
approved
We're
in
not falling out of the
1999.
sky 4 months ago.
It's not this new plan that you have now.
We went through a whole process.
This has not been shared with anybody.
Sorry, sir. Can you answer my question?
Tell
Why,
me.
why are you
Where is it?
forcing? Why
See,
are you
technical points you
forcing?
have to clarify them. No, they are objecting it. You have to clarify them. You have to clarify the doubts.
Can I clarify? I did not answer my question.
Tell me.
We know these issues are in court, right? We have an NGT which is explicit.
That's
And-
what I say.
and it's being appealed,
Gentlemen,
right?
that's what I am telling. If
Please
you
let me
find
finish
anything
my
we are violating, if you feel that the foundation is violating anything, you go and agitate
I
before the
understand.
court of law.
I
This is
understand.
not the place to agitate here.
I
We
understand.
should not stop the work. That is wrong. That is very much illegal.
No, it's the
It is an
opposite.
illegal.
Excuse me. Sorry, let
You
me.
are vi- you
Please
are-
let me
see,
ask my
it is
question.
illegal.
Please let me ask my question.
Tell me.
The NGT has said you cannot do this work.
That's what I am telling. If the LGT was given such instruction, we too abide to that. If at all we are violating
They
it,
have
if at all we are violating it, you have to go to the court of law. That is a process forum.
Sir.
You should not obstruct the work.
Please
If we are
answer my
violating, we
question.
are answerable to courts. We are answerable to
I
court.
know. I know
Then
you
why
are.
do you take
Please
this?
answer my
Why you
question.
unnecessarily stop the work?
You say that we are agitating.
Yes.
If you did not come without proper plan, without environmental clearance, with no notice, without even showing the basic information,
for the
excuse me,
NGT,
sir, let
yes,
me finish. And you come in a clear area of land,
What do you expect?
what do you expect? This is not an agitation. This is a response, a very peaceful, calm response to give you some information, to ask
You
for some
feel it
information.
is an action, no, it is an pakka agitation against foundation. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. You are
But
stopping
sir,
the work.
you came
Already
here.
we have given a work to the CPWD. They have taken the work. They have taken the work. How can you obstruct that work? It is a central government public works
NGT
department work.
has said
See,
they cannot continue their work.
already it has been all cleared.
They said it's not cleared. He said they've applied.
With who?
He said they've applied.
How
for
the
permission.
government will take this contract? The central government, how the government without
Sir,
any
please
proper
will you
plan, how they will take
confirm
that
to your
contract? Basically, it is wrong now.
Are they not
Basically, it is
supposed to
wrong.
give information on what they are going to do?
Please confirm to your colleague the status of this admin. Please
You're
confirm.
supposed to notify people.
Clearance. How will you
They
take
do
the
not
contract?
have
Is there any
do not have
validity for that
clearance.
contract? Tell me, tell them, explain them.
I don't know if you recognize me. I'm part of
Prasad.
Auroville. Yes,
what's
Prasad.
your
You're
Islam, yes.
Yes,
Prasad,
sorry.
Prasad.
That message I sent.
Hi, I'm Alan.
Hi,
We've not
nice
met.
to meet you. Usually I don't come out like this, but now I felt maybe they put me in communication, so I'm in charge of communication.
Carry on. No need to explain those things.
That's okay.
It's
Come
part
to the
of
point.
communicating.
It's
Come to
fine.
the point.
Okay. There was an announcement from Lavanya de Auroville on Auronet saying that a caretaker or a steward is looking after the place. But what is happening in this place is the decision of Lavanya de Auroville.
So you said that again?
Lavanya decides what we do in this place. So
Based
according
on-
to the plan,
Based on what?
Which plan?
based on, okay, the plan is to allow a cycle path here without cutting the trees.
For what purpose?
Hmm?
For what purpose?
So the public can have access.
Between what
Residents
and
can
why?
have-
So,
can
so
have access.
on the
So
basis of a
intention
plan.
is just to have a small cycle path without cutting trees.
What is wrong with the cycle paths which already exist?
But there is a cycle path designed by Lavanya de Auroville. Is the one we want to do.
Are they not supposed to share this information of the proposal that they want
See,
to do? Or
we
are
sent
they
an
just...
announcement on Auronet very clearly. A steward doesn't decide what is
But that's
happening.
That's a separate
That's
point.
absolutely fine. Nobody is against making cycle paths
No.
from one point to another.
But we need to
The
know what
process
the
that you're
points are
following-
and why they're connected. Is there going to be a high density residential area on this side, which needs to be connected to commercial use on this side, with the transport means for cyclists?
Some
Until
sort-
you test
some sort of
what
reasoning.
will happen where, when it will happen,
The reasoning
you do
is
not
that
need to clear land and
personally
put
we feel
pedestrian
that we
or
need to
cycle or anything
open up.
else.
This is part.
Can we have a simple understanding that we listen to each other talking
Yeah,
before
that's
we
what-
talk?
yeah.
Well, you were talking while he was talking. He
So,
started.
for me, you would start building a cycle path when you need to know where people are and where they need to go, and what the needs are that are currently there and what is lacking, so that you need to produce more development. So why do you need to do this cycle path right now on the basis of what plan?
It's based on the plan developed by Anupama, who is the town planner. She is a designated town planner. So she designed it and we are doing it. So she studied everything. She's a qualified person to do this job.
Yes,
He's also a planner.
I'm also a planner.
Oh, very
So-
nice to meet you.
So
But the,
Why don't you-
the
why
concern
don't
at the
you-
moment, you can invite me to join you later.
Yeah.
The concern at the moment is the NGT says you cannot build the city until you do environmental clearance. And that is on the basis of proper plans. So I've informed us that you are now applying for environmental clearance, it seems. You are uploading that and doing it to the due authority on the basis of plans that the residents have not been involved in making. This is a major issue. But the issue right now is implementation in conflict with the NGT judgment. Does that make sense?
I understand, I hear you. So what I'm saying is that this execution was not done by us. This is the order coming from foundation to
Office.
CPWD.
Foundation office.
Yes, foundation office. Okay, the secretarial office to CPWD. We don't particularly. We
But
give
you,
the
but you
plan.
said you get to
Bypassing
decide
you.
it.
No, we gave the plan,
Ah.
and this is what we want to see.
So there is an order from the foundation office for this work given to
the
CPWD.
CPWD.
no, there's a
We didn't
plan
give
from the GB appointed ATDC that has been made by that has been agreed to by Anupama, who is now the Auroville town planner, that has been agreed to again by not
Those
very few,
people.
not
Yeah,
very
I
many people.
understand. It is a
And that has
point.
gone to the foundation office, and they have gone and made a contract with the CPWD, and then now they're implementing
This
it
is the reality.
without informing anybody.
Because we informed
Essentially.
in our Auronet news that this ownership, sense of ownership is not
Ah,
anymore
yes.
is accepted.
I understand.
And if you're a steward, you look after this place, but you don't design this place.
Sure.
That's the point I want to
So
make.
who designs it?
The town planners.
It should be somebody that's competent in doing it and
Yeah,
following
Anupama is a
standard
competent-
practice.
So 1 second. So the RA formulates the plan. And the governing board prepares the plan. That's what the Act says.
That's not happened.
That does not happen. Anupama has prepared a plan, probably, for a cycle path. What about the rest?
For all
Where is
the-
that plan?
the plan is with the foundation, and the foundation is given that to CPWD. If you
But
want to
it's
see
the
the plan,
Residence Assembly's job to prepare the plan. The NGT has said Auroville cannot start building its city until it knows what shape that city will be
was it appealed in the court?
by the
No,
by the secretary.
You
But it
appealed
has
in
not
court,
been-
but
but
there
it's
has
not
not been
been
a
won.
stay on the according to the appeal. So the
It's valid.
ruling is valid.
You cannot build a city, and this is a major problem for you and for us and for the whole of Auroville that we need to move through. We need to do proper planning.
And it's not going to happen like this.
You need to involve the residents at least in the planning process.
The residents, I am part of the residents.
Absolutely. So you should be
Anupama
as
prepared this
concerned.
plan as,
Part of the residents.
I know.
Yes, but just
I
because
understand.
one person of the residents approves something, that doesn't mean it's the residents' assembly that approves something. There has to be a proper
the planning
process.
process
All these
itself.
processes are in place in Auroville, and so these processes need to be followed. And this is also what the Act says. So, and this is what the residents have decided on. And Auroville is always and will always work in that manner. It is not a top-down organization. I hope you understand that. It is so it is always that the Residents' Assembly, being one of the three pillars of the Auroville Foundation Act, has equal say in what is done in Auroville as the other two, with the Governing Board and the International Advisory Council. So in this case, the Residents' Assembly has not been consulted about what one office of the foundation or certain people which have decided that they're going to do planning are planning to implement. So
can I
that
ask
is
a
why
question?
we are
I understand. I understand.
Against
It's not that
it.
I'd just
This
like to know
work
how we're
being
going to
done-
move from here,
Yeah.
because we
Okay,
can
how
talk
we are
around.
going
We
to
can
move
talk for
from-
a week here.
Yeah, I know
I'm
we
sure.
can talk for a week. So yeah, you want to
So
say something?
I asked him the question because he said we're agitating.
No,
we're
no,
not agitating.
I didn't say that.
We, I know. So, so the question, the question I asked
stopping
was
it, what's the meaning for that?
Why take this action in contempt of the NGT? What purpose does it serve? Because it serves no planning purpose. You are an ATDC elected by the
Let's
people.
call it loud.
It's
Or
not.
Lavinia.
It's not socially useful.
This is not. This
Nobody
is
is
not
happy
how
with
to
this.
do planning or implementation or community engagement or anything of the sort in Auroville. So why take this action? It must serve a purpose. We don't think that you're doing things without purpose, but the purpose does not look healthy.
Did you read what Mother said? Two architects and engineers. We are not here to
She said many
But
things.
it's many things,
And
and you are
Roger said
taking it
we're
out
here
of
to build a
context.
new
I'm
man.
sorry, I
I'm-
read the whole thing. You're
yeah,
taking it
I'm
out of
taking
context.
that
You can't
as
just take
my-
one line.
Yeah.
Can I
So-
add one thing in there
Let's
before
not
you
say
go?
what Mother
discussing,
said
my
out of
brother. If
context.
you keep on discussing, we will be discussing forever.
No, we won't.
So why?
So I made my
so
point
that,
clear.
so that
Okay.
is your answer to my question.
The judgment
That-
will be
that-
30, 40
let me
pages.
finish this.
Only laws by what operating section we have to take. Only in one line is not a meeting. You cannot go all the 40 pages.
Can you please respond to my question, which is, and I'm asking in the most neutral way I can.
Me too.
I could make assumptions. Why take this kind of action, not just this one? Why take this kind of action at this point in time? What does it serve for Auroville?
It shows that we are moving forward with the plan that is designed by Lavinia de Auroville, and it is being executed. And we are in charge of designing the city.
So it
Whether
shows
you
that you're in
recognize
charge.
or not, this is
It shows that you're in charge and that stewardship is
This is our
a limited
responsibility.
responsibility.
Yeah, of
So
course.
you are showing that you have muscles and you're
Asserting
doing
your
commitment.
force.
Okay.
We say that we need to
That's
go
what you
ahead
do.
with building the city. We cannot keep on discussing.
That's what I'd like to do.
But
too.
if we had
That's
a
what we're all
conversation,
here to do.
if we had a
what
conversation in the
sir,
community,
I met you a few times. What is your suggestion? Should we have a small cycle path here? Is going to create
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But not like this.
Okay.
The process
Yes.
is just as important as the result. If we focus only on the result, then we're going to have some really bad processes, and we're going to have a lot of issues in Auroville which will not be resolved. But we're suddenly going through this thing as if that's the way to do it because we have no other idea of how else to do it, and that's a really poor excuse.
can I make a suggestion?
Sometimes you do learn by doing,
Mistakes.
not by talking.
We've made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
So let's not.
No,
so
I'm saying
we
that
cannot
by
also
do-
build Auroville by just saying this is a mistake, we won't do this again. This is a mistake, we won't do this again. It's not a process of elimination. We can also try and find ways where we can work together and we can actually go forward, not just always making mistakes.
So this is what
I
I would
agree
suggest.
that we will make mistakes.
If Lavinier, selected by the governing board, wants to get clarity on that topic, You will only get it by asking the residents' assembly, by saying,
People.
do we have an understanding that stewardship is a limited role for a specific purpose in this point in Auroville's history?
Yes.
Have you even
But
asked
you
that
don't.
question?
You have not
No,
asked
we
that
didn't.
question.
So making
Why
an
not?
announcement
So
is not
making-
consulting the residents.
so-
I'm sorry.
and
See,
it might
we
be-
cannot keep on consulting and
Sorry,
then we cannot
excuse me.
move. And we are not creating a republic of Auroville.
That's what
But right-
Prime
This is not a democracy here.
The master
No,
plan.
Mother never recognized democracy.
So it's a hierarchy.
Excuse
It's
me.
a hierarchy. Mother said in any organization,
So who's the
we
boss?
need a. She's the boss. You didn't know that?
Yeah, but everybody's interpreting it differently.
Yeah, that's right.
So how does that work?
Okay, whoever she's blessing, and they will have the possibility.
So
to use.
you have a better understanding of what she says than
No, I
do.
don't claim that.
So then
But
then
what
we're
I-
just
the
going
right to
to
do
go around in
anything
circles.
more than anybody else.
That's what
She works in a
rationality.
mysterious way.
This is a very. This is
It's not
an,
very
Okay,
tangible.
okay, come. Let's.
So we're doing a very
So
tangible
if-
thing
no, no,
here,
yeah,
and
if-
what you're saying is very
This is
intangible.
agree with
so
you.
they
This
don't
is one of the most
We
productive
agree with you.
conversations we've
We
had
agree
in
with you. Whatever the
months.
doubt, the
You
board
agree
is-
with us?
Yes,
Wonderful.
we agree with you. You want the clarification, no? They are ready to clarify you. Let us start the work. Why do you stop that work? You
Because
go
you
to the
cannot-
office.
There's-
You go to the office.
it's
It
in
doesn't matter
contempt
of
of
one day. It
NGT.
doesn't matter of an
It's
hour.
contempt of NGT.
It will take a lot of hours. No, you go. Please go and approach the office. You ask your their doubts there. They will clarify it. If you are not satisfied with their explanation, then you will tell. That is the main thing.
Are you
The
willing to do this?
foundation, the office is
We
doing.
can come to your office and look at your plans, for example.
Yes, they are ready. Why?
what are we going to do with those plans?
We're
not
going to
We can allow-
identify
we are here.
what
We are
what
ready
what
to
they've
say.
done.
We are ready to support
Or
your
not.
thoughts. We are ready. We are ready to
Yeah, but then
satisfy
share
you.
the- then
We are
share
ready
the
to.
thoughts
They
and
will
don't start
cooperate.
this
They will
without
cooperate.
giving
We
anybody
are not
any
approaching. They will
information.
cooperate. They are ready to cooperate.
Two of
This
you
will
can come. I
not-
can show
See,
you.
he
This will
is
not
the
lead us to
person.
anything.
Yeah, two of you
fruitful.
come. You are
He
a
is
town
ready to
planner,
cooperate
and
with you.
I know you personally, so maybe we can go and have a look at the plan.
Till then, don't stop the work. That is not a waste.
So then
But
it's
having
again.
the looking at the
Please allow
plan,
the work to start.
does-
That is
We're not,
right. The
we're
right
not
one.
stopping or
And
lying.
then
whatever it's
the
defined by
NGT has
whoever,
the right
that
to
is
do
not the
it.
point here. The point is
The
that the
NGT has
residents'
no
assembly
business
has
sitting
not
on that,
agreed on these plans,
ask them to clear and
and that we
start the
should
work.
not be doing any work until this has been completed. And on top of that, the environmental clearance has not yet been gotten for the plan. So until the environmental clearance has been gotten and the plan, which has been prepared apparently, is deemed as a proper plan, no work can be done. It's as simple as that. It's a court ruling.
The CPWD gentleman has just said that. They've
What they
applied
told-
They have
for
applied for
environmental.
environmental
He's
clearance.
applied for environmental clearance on the basis of a plan produced by you guys. That does not mean you have environmental
This
clearance.
order was given by the foundation office. So,
Please make sure that you speak to Madam directly so she can see you later.
so foundation, we are not playing any role in this. We are
You don't
just
play a
making
role.
sure, we are giving the plan.
So it's the foundation office that's deciding.
It's the which deciding. They ask me, do you
But
have?
But
they
you're not
fall under
supposed-
the
you
same
know-
rule of the NGT as do all of us.
But I think they have lawyers
as
and
people
they are
with-
doing
They
it
may have
They are
lawyers, but
appealing.
they're still
doing
in
this.
contempt of court.
The instruction given by foundation, I was there when the instruction was given, don't cut any trees, but clear the bush. That's what we are
But
doing.
whether
you show me
you're
any
cutting
tree?
trees,
If at all any
It's not
tree has
about
been
cutting
cut, we are.
trees.
So
it's not about cutting trees,
We
it's
are
about
answerable to that.
development.
That's what I tell you.
The
Okay, I
NGT
think I
says-
stop here.
The NGT says you
We will stop
cannot
it.
build
They
a
have to
city.
cut the tree, we'll
So
stop
we're-
it. We are answerable for that.
Is it Prasad? Sorry.
Yeah. So
So
what's your name?
my name's Alan.
What's your name?
Alan.
Alan. Alan,
So-
your name is by the way?
You don't know my name? No. That's a bit.
Yeah, you know my name?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And what's your name? Sorry.
Dorla.
Oh, Dollar. Yes, now I can recognize.
Shall we go and see
I
what they
think
have?
we met briefly once.
Could be interesting. Or do we want to have a conversation and see
I
the
think we want to have a
invitation?
conversation.
The invitation is there from you to come and see what you've been working on, right?
You
That's
can
that's
sit
a good
around,
start
but
because
two
that has
people-
not happened yet.
Just 2 or 3 people.
Why
not
that?
people. You come to the office.
I know, but why can't the whole team come?
I don't
They,
know, crowd.
if you
I'm
go
not
in
gonna-
the team, they will not be getting a solution for that.
Well,
All each one
at the
will be
moment,
asking
it's an information
you.
exchange.
You are representing
we
them
will not be
for
making
anything.
any
There is a
decisions
representative is there.
anyway.
We're not
You
there to
yourself
make
decide
We
that
are not
activity.
It's
so
an information exchange.
arrogant to be able to say that we can
It's
make
very
these
simple
decisions.
thing. Whenever you go to any higher ups or whatever, we will go in mass 2,000, 3,000. They
I'm
want
not
to see
saying-
collector.
I'm saying the whole
They will
team.
2-3% will be invited to meet. Any representative can meet. That's a procedure.
We have
Yeah, we have the
representatives. We are the
representatives, so we will come
But
with
there
our
are 10 of us.
representatives.
Okay, let me know when you are ready. You have a chat. You want to discuss first, no?
Yeah, we'll check. Thank you.
You have. Can I give my number?
I have your number.
He's talking your number.
But yeah, the advice would stay.
We know
the
each other.
NGT
It's unfortunate that we're in such a
should not
relationship.
build
now
city
you are
until you
face
have
to face. You are talking now.
It's very
Now
nice.
you are
This should
friend.
happen.
Now you are friend. Carry on. Let them start the work.
No.
Why?
Because
That's what
there
I'm
is a
telling
court
you.
ruling
Not
that says that the work will not continue
no.
because
We
there is no
strongly advise you-
environmental
Please,
clearance
please.
and there's
Strongly
not a
advise you-
problem.
I took if your advice is correct, your advice is I am ready to hear to your advice. But illegal advice, how can I take?
It's not a legal advice. sir.
It is, your advice is illegal, means how can I
Your
take?
colleagues in CPWD have said they have applied for environmental clearance.
That's what
They haven't even got
That's
the
what
documents
Prasad is
validated.
telling. That's what Prasad is telling. He is going to clarify you.
No, he's going to tell us exactly what he's told us, or even less.
See, unnecessarily don't stop the work.
We're
That's what
not
I am telling.
stopping the work. We're advising you
See,
that what you're doing is illegal.
we have to pay for that.
NGT says
See,
it
we have to pay for that bulldozer.
Then you should never hire it.
See,
Don't hire it until you need it.
No.
More
We have hired
advice
to start the work.
Do not hire it until you need it. Do not build it until you need it.
So you're saying you have a DDP and you have an environmental clearance, right?
Yes.
He is. He was saying they've applied.
Can you show the DDP and the
You mean I have to keep it always in my pocket?
He would have.
Then show me. Go and ask the office. They will give it. They will show it.
just go
We have
And
them.
then you want me to carry it always with me?
It would help
Maybe
you.
we should just go and see if you actually
It's
have
advice.
it.
It would
If
help
at
you
all,
to have
see,
it.
you are
It's
an
in-
part
it's
of an
in the
Aurovillian.
ATDC
You are an part
process.
of an Aurovillian. You have every right to ask. What is there?
We're going.
What is there? You can ask. We are here to clarify. The office is
Okay,
there to
fine.
clarify. Can you press up then?
You go.